Hey fam, welcome back, and for my new viewers, welcome. Thank you for connecting with me on this platform. My name is Elle, and welcome to Path to Empowerment Healing. Today I felt a very strong urge and push to connect with you on this platform. I know I've been going for some time. I've been acclimating to the global changes that we are all experiencing. And in my time of absence, there are some tools of empowerment that I have been using that have been very helpful for me through these times of change. And I felt the urge and received the push and the nudge from my spirit guides and my higher self to share some of this information with you. Now, I want to say from the beginning that I am not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I am not an herbologist. I'm just sharing with you tools and information that I have used that has been extremely empowering and beneficial for me and my family. So all of this COVID-19, this virus, this radiation, the 5G that's going on, first off, I want to express to you all and share with you that we are built for this. We are built for this. We did not come here to be surrounded by fear. That's not one of the things that we were born with. So I want to stress that to you. Fear weakens your immune system. Fear is a vibration that allows you to feel like you do not have any power. And in these times that we're living in, fam, you have so much power, but you just don't realize it. That's first and foremost. Don't get trapped into the fear of what is going on. Don't. The next thing that I want to share with you is this. It is very important for us to breathe in fresh air and to also allow ourselves to step outside and get sunlight. Sunlight is so very important for your overall health, and so is fresh air. One of the things that we are not taught is how to breathe correctly. So I want to give you some tips on breathing correctly. When we are breathing correctly, what happens is we inhale through our nose and our diaphragm expands and fills up with air. And then our chest expands and fills up with air. That is the proper way to breathe. And you can either exhale through your mouth. I don't suggest you do that now because of everything that's going on. But you can also exhale through your nose. So let's do this a couple of times. Let's sit with ourselves. Let's be still. Let's close our eyes. Put your hands on your diaphragm and take a deep breath in. And when you do, your hands will move out because you are inhaling all of the oxygen into your diaphragm and then your lungs. So let's do this together. Close your eyes. Inhale. Hold it for 2 seconds. 1, 2, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you do this for a couple of times a day, you are filling your body and your cells with the oxygen that it needs so that you can be healthy. Deep breathing is very important, not only now, but through all times in our lives. The third thing that I want to share with you is, it is so very important right now for all of us to listen to our bodies. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret. My son works in healthcare, and he actually advocates for senior citizens who are disabled. So on his job, when this all started and all began, he was exposed to COVID-19. What ended up happening to him is that he had a slight fever, he was congested, he wasn't feeling well, and naturally and normally, fam, what happens with all of us, even those who are super spiritual, and this happened to me, I fell into the trap of fear instantly, because I'm like, oh my goodness, my baby he got exposed. Oh God, what's going to happen? Oh my goodness, he can't get tested. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen to him? That's how I was initially. Then I stopped and I thought to myself, and I actually said to myself, and this is another tool of empowerment that I want to share with you. When you are in the energy of anxiety or fear or uncertainty, I ask that you sit with yourself, close your eyes, and say, I am that I am, higher self. Please surround me with your loving, healing energy and help me to move through this situation with ease and grace. I ask that you please blend with me and team up with me so that I can maneuver through this challenge. And allow yourself to just breathe. Don't concentrate on anything. Don't force anything. Just breathe and allow your higher self and the divine to come in and partner with you. For me, this tool has been monumental in all aspects of my life. And when my son told me that he was exposed after the initial fear that I went through, I actually sat with myself and I asked my higher self and the divine to partner with me so that I could work through this challenge. And fam, it was instantaneous that I just got hit after hit after hit. What ended up happening was I remembered that I'm built for this. Our bodies are built for this. He's built for this. There's nothing that any of us experience that we cannot overcome. So I went into my handy dandy toolbox and I picked up some herbs and I doctored him back to health. And this is exactly what I did. I am heavy on taking things and eating things and drinking things that come from the earth. So I work with an iridologist who helped me through a couple of health issues that I thought that I was having a few years ago. And what I learned from her is that there are different herbs that you can implement into your diet on a daily basis that will help to build your immune system and help correct some of the processes and some of the ailments and dis-ease that your body is experiencing. One of the things that I instantly gave my son was a probiotic. And now let me explain to you these products that I am sharing with you. I'm not being paid to advertise them, but these are products that I use and I know they work. That's the only reason I'm sharing them with you. So I told him to take a probiotic, which would help with his gut. And gut health is so very important. It's said that that's where all of the dis-ease that we experience starts in our gut. So if you don't have the right bacteria in your gut, then that may lead you to experiencing different ailments. Instantly gave him the probiotics. Then I took it a step further and I started to sneak feed him some black seed oil. I have been taking black seed oil for years. And I know that black seed oil has the capability and the capacity to help correct a lot of different ailments that we experience. So I started to give him black seed oil. Not only that, I started to give him some cod liver oil. Old school West Indian, you know about the cod liver oil. It's very good for your immune system. And black seed oil, as a matter of fact, if I could read this, black seed oil helps with digestion, indigestion, chronic heartburn, ulcers, anything that deals with your gastric systems. It helps with respirations, cold, cough, bronchitis, bronchial asthma, pneumonia. It helps with your cardiovascular system, fatigue, depression, cancer. Do your research on black seed oil. And I also have the pills. My dog bit this up because she wanted some black seed oil too. Then, on top of that, when I gave him tea, I would put honey in the tea. Honey is really good for clearing up the mucus in your body. And that's another thing. You want to try to eliminate any foods that are mucus forming, because mucus is one of the causes of our ailments as well. Of what I understand, bacteria and virus, they just attach to the mucus and that's it. And on top of that, my son happens to love apple cider vinegar. This apple cider vinegar is the truth, basically. So he started to gargle. As a matter of fact, 2 days after he was exposed, then that's when all of his symptoms started to hit really, really hard. So he had a slight fever, he wasn't feeling well, and then he started to get like white dots on his throat. So he immediately started gargling with apple cider vinegar. And fam, let me tell you, within 1 day, he had no throat problems just from gargling with pure apple cider vinegar. He did not dilute it at all. He just took a small little cup of it and would gargle with it, and everything in his throat was gone. That may not be for everyone. You could dilute your apple cider vinegar. You can even put your apple cider vinegar in tea. You could make it, an apple cider vinegar tonic for yourself. I believe in apple cider vinegar, and that's one of the things that my son used to help to heal himself. So not only that, but he started to feel, when he felt a little scratchy in his throat, what I did was I gave him a sage stick, and I told him to burn the sage in his room. And what ended up happening when he burned the sage in his room is that he became very calm and peaceful. And in that state, he was able to lie down and relax and give his body the opportunity to heal itself. Another tool of empowerment that I would like to share with you that has been very helpful for me and my son during this experience is intermittent fasting. I did not realize that my son had been intermittent fasting for quite some time. And when he was exposed, I decided to observe him more closely. And what I realized was that he was eating 1 meal a day. And I believe that the fact that he was eating 1 meal a day on top of the herbs that I was giving him in tea, and all of the other stuff that I was giving him in his food, and that 1 meal that he was eating a day allowed his body to not work so hard on digesting the food, but gave his body the opportunity to work on healing itself. Another tool of empowerment that I would like to share with you is sea moss. Fam, sea moss, definitely get you some sea moss and do your research on sea moss. Sea moss helped. I believe that all of these things that I'm sharing with you definitely helped him, but the sea moss that I was slipping into his fruit smoothies was the thing that allowed his immune system to strengthen itself within the course of 2 days, and also expel all of that extra mucus that was in his body. Definitely get your hands on some sea moss. If you know how to make it into a gel when it's in this form, definitely get it in this form and you can make your own gel. If you don't, there are websites online that you can purchase sea moss tablets or pills from, and I think they even have sea moss powder. But definitely do your research. And with all of this information that I'm giving you, fam, I suggest that you do your research as well. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a herbologist. I'm just sharing tools of empowerment that have helped me and my family through these interesting times. Another thing that's really important is your intake of water. You want to flush your system and allow your system to flush out all of the impurities. And a great way to do that is to drink water. Try to stay away from the sugary drinks, the carbonated drinks. And if you do need sugar, like if you drink tea and you definitely would like some kind of sweetness in your tea, try to start to implement honey if you don't, because honey is really good for your throat and clearing out mucus as well. Now, believe it or not, 2 days, no, as a matter of fact, when my son said that he was exposed, I was fine. But that weekend, I went out. I had to go out to get some stuff. So I went out, and when I came back home, my throat and my ear were scratching. And this time, I did not go into panic mode. I went into fight mode. And I've been in intermittent fasting as well. Since this whole thing started, I actually really haven't had an appetite. But my appetite has come back. I don't eat as much. I only eat one meal a day, which is cool with me because I make sure that I eat things that are alive as much as possible. I do my fruit smoothie. I put my super greens in it, my apple cider vinegar, my honey, my sea moss. But back to my ear. So my throat was scratchy and my ear started to hurt. And I thought to myself, what's really going on with you, Elle? So I went into the medicine cabinet in my bathroom, and I pulled out my handy dandy oregano oil. And fam, I went to work. I took a couple of drops of the oregano oil, and oregano oil is really, really strong. Oregano oil helps to detox your body of heavy metals. Oregano oil is also said to clear up viruses that you may have in your body. Once again, do your research on oregano oil. It's safe to take 1 to 2 or maybe even 3 drops underneath your tongue with some extra virgin olive oil. You could mix the oregano oil in water and drink it every day. But what I decided to do when my throat and ear started to get scratchy the day that I went out to run some errands was I took put a couple of drops of the oregano oil on a Q-tip, and I coated my throat where it was scratchy with the oregano oil. I took a couple of drops of the oregano oil and I put it in water, and I put a drop of water in the ear that was affected when my throat was scratchy. That same night, and I gargled with warm oregano oil and water, which also helped as like it felt like, I don't know if you will, I might be aging myself, but there is a spray that you used to be able to buy and you sprayed in your mouth. I think it was chloroseptic or something like that. I can't remember the name of it, but you sprayed in your mouth and it would like numb your throat when your throat was scratchy. So that is the effect that the oregano oil had on my throat when it was feeling scratchy. It also had that effect on my ear. The night that I started to have this scratchy throat and tingling ear, what I also did was I took some tea tree oil and, oh gosh, I got so much oil here. And what is it? I think it was lemon oil. with some hot water, and I put it on a sock. And I wrapped the sock around my throat. Sorry, that's my dog. Come up. I wrapped the sock around my throat, the warm sock around my throat. For the night, I got a heating pad, and I wrapped the heating pad around the warm sock. Of course, there was a towel on top. And I slept with the air that I felt was infected up so that I could continue to put drops in it when needed. The next morning, now mind you, I put peppermint oil on this as well. I only put enough for it to be absorbed into my neck and for me to smell it as I was sleeping. The next morning when I woke up, my throat was not scratchy and my ear did not hurt. Now, on top of that, what I did as well, which really helped me and made me feel, I didn't feel like a victim. And that's the whole purpose of me sharing this information with you, because I want to express to you and share with you that although you may be experiencing some of these symptoms and you may get sick, whether it's sick now or sick later or sick anytime in your life, you're never a victim. And feeling helpless and hopeless plays into the energy of you breaking, your immune system being weak, and your inability for your body to heal itself, because we are creatures of energy. Our bodies are energetic. So if you're thinking, oh my goodness, I am helpless, oh my goodness, what is going to happen, oh my goodness, I'm scared, your body feels that and your body will react to that. So I want you to understand, know, and feel that you are not ever helpless. There's no situation that you are unable to recover from. And that is very important, especially during these times. You are not helpless. There are always things available for you to do to empower yourself, to heal yourself. Yeah, so that's what I did. The next morning, like I said, I felt 100% better. I also asked my son to, and he's very combative when it comes to taking natural stuff. Like, he's a typical young person who understands what's going on but doesn't necessarily want to do the things. But being that he was not feeling well, he complied. So I suggested to him also that he take a nasal steam bath. And what we did was we boiled some water. We put some orange peels in it. We put some lemon oil in it and a little bit of eucalyptus oil, as well as sea salt. And we allowed it to boil, and it steamed up. And he inhaled the steam. And the first thing that he said to me was, "Ooh, Ma, I can't take this. This burns," which made me know that it was working, because it was working on his nasal passage. After a couple of moments, he was able to continue with the deep breaths, and he felt so much better. So that's another tool that you may want to use if you are feeling congestion, if you feel like you're having a pressure in your sinuses, a tingling in your nose or a tingling in your ear, or even if you just want to be healthy. Taking nasal steams or having a nasal sauna is a great tool. Make sure you don't put too much essential oil in the water, because you don't want to burn your nasal cavity. You don't want to do any more damage than what is already done. What you want to do is to do things to help your body allow the natural healing process to occur. That's what we're doing. Your body is built to heal itself, but you have to give your body the opportunity to do it. Another thing that I did was I did not give him any over-the-counter medicines. When he had a slight fever, he had to rock that out on his own. I just feel like some of the over-the-counter medicines, they mask what's happening, and they shut your body out from allowing your body to do what it needs to do to heal. When you do have a fever, what is happening is your body is fighting what is going on that is trying to make you sick. So having a fever, a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, I have a fever, I'm sick, what's going on? Let me take some Tylenol or Advil to stop the fever. The fever is good because it's your body fighting what's happening inside. So allow your body to fight. What I can suggest, and what I do suggest, which my son does a lot, when he does feel like he's overheated or he has a fever, is he soaks in the tub with some Epsom salt, which is really, really good. Really, really good. Another tool of empowerment that I would like to share with you is, and this is all of the stuff that I have been sneaking in his tea, and this is the tea that I have been giving him. I try to give him this tea every day. It is immune stimulation 2 blend, and I get this from my iridologist. Now I know that not everyone will be able to get this stuff, but let me tell you the ingredients in it, and these ingredients are natural foods that you can buy separately to help to build your immune system. What's in this are apple pieces, strawberry leaves, elderberry, cranberry, and cornflower petals. Where do you get cornflower petals from? Hell if I know. But I can tell you that you can get apples from the grocery store. I can tell you that you can get strawberries from the grocery store. And those are two, and cranberries, you can definitely get cranberries or cranberry juice. So don't feel that if you can't get this, then, oh my God, I'm going to die, or oh my God, I'm going to stay sick. That's not what it is. You can get some of the ingredients on these things that will help to build your immune system, whether or not you are experiencing any of the symptoms of COVID-19, or AKA the radiation that's trying to lessen and decrease the population. But that's another vlog. Another thing that I got was, I got a, excuse my language, a shitload of herbs as well. I got some echinacea, which is so good for preventing or helping your body naturally heal from bacterial or viral infections. It helps to boost your immune system and prevent cancer. It's beneficial for inflammation. It protects you against ear infections, emphysema, respiratory issues. And then on top of the oregano oil, I also bought some oregano so that I could make a tea myself if I wanted to. Oh gosh, my dog. Another thing that we have been taking, come on, Bonnie. Another thing that we have been taking and I've been putting in his tea is this. This is organic moringa honey with black seed oil. And I actually found this in a supermarket as I was going home one day. And I thought, when the first time I saw it, I thought to myself, this looks like it's really good. It's 3-in-1. It says that it helps to, you know, cure so many different things, but I did not get it. And maybe like a month later, I decided to go back to the supermarket and get this. And not only did I get this one, the moringa and the black seed oil, but I also got the organic turmeric honey and black seed oil, which is 5-in-1. And these are always going to be in my house. Always, always, always. These two products have also helped myself and my son heal naturally. These are so good, fam, that I ended up ordering some for my nephew. And my nephew works at the airport. And he is always tired. After taking these, maybe for about 3 days, he called me and he was like, Auntie, I have so much energy. Thank you so much for sending me these. Could you tell me where you got them from? Because some of my friends want to order it too. Family, I took it a step further. I started to do some research on gemstones because I have a huge assortment of gemstones. So I started to do some research on gemstones, and I knew before all of this stuff happened that black tourmaline is a really good gemstone to have when it comes to protecting yourself from EMF and radiation. So I gave my son 2 of these, and I told him to carry them with you at all times. I continued to do my research, and something came to me. I was like, wait a minute, but shungite is also good when it comes to protecting your body from radiation. So I went out and I got some shungite, and let me read. This is something that I'm going to share with you that I didn't know before. I haven't tried it yet, but I will try it. But I just want to share this with you. Like with all of the other information I'm sharing with you, I stress and advise you to please do your research. I'm sharing my experience with you. So this says shungite, the miracle stone, detox for your body, mind, and soul. Let's see what it says. Protects from harmful electromagnetic fields, and you can place it by electronics to absorb the negative and harmful energy. It helps you sleep, and it helps with anxiety. And according to the person that I bought this from, this is what they're suggesting that I do, or whoever purchases shungite from them. Rinse the stone thoroughly with water. Place the stone in a glass or an enamel container and pour cold water in the proportion of 100 grams of shungite per 1 liter of water. Leave the container open to breathe. After 48 hours, the water will be biologically active and ready to use. Leave shungite in the water until consumed. Top up the water as required. Start with 1 to 2 glasses per day and build up your consumption gradually. You can rinse the stones and place them in sunlight once a month to reactivate them. And it's good to replace your shungite every 6 months. So I wanted to share that with you as well, fam. I will definitely share. I'm sorry, I just have to do something real quick with my computer. I will definitely share all of this information with you. I'll put the products and the links or phone numbers to the places that I was able to order these products online. And I'll also share with you all of the names of the different herbs that we have been using to help us keep ourselves healthy during this global experience that we are all partaking in. And I want to once again reiterate to you, fam, we are built for this. We are taught to be scared. We are taught to be fearful. Those are things that we are taught, and it's time for us to remember that we are divine beings, and we came here for a reason. We didn't come here to be scared. We came here to shine. And I hope that you understand the significance of listening to your body, sitting with yourself, getting in tune with your higher self, asking your higher self for help. If you are unable to do any of the things that you normally do, make sure that you sit with yourself and thank your body as well. That's very important, to thank your body. Thank you, body, for keeping me alive. Thank you, body, for being healthy. Thank you, body, for breathing or being able to breathe without having a machine hooked up. Thank you, body, for all of the ailments that I'm feeling, the pains that I'm feeling, because you're telling me that I need to correct something. You're telling me that something is going on that I need to pay attention to. Speak to your body. Thank your body, because your body will react in a positive way to positive thoughts, positive affirmations, and your body will react in a negative way to negative thoughts or things that you are constantly thinking of that are painful and or challenging to you. Family, I know that we are all going to pull through this, and I also want you to know that whatever you're experiencing, it's for your highest good. If you need anything, do not hesitate to leave a message, email me, call me, like, subscribe, and share this video, and let us stay connected now and always. I love you. I am sending you infinite healing, growth, abundance, and energy of happiness. I'll check you later, fam.